Okay, it's basically springtime now, so that means it's time to do some Miata maintenance before another season on the road. So today I'm going to be just doing an oil change, run you through how I do that. But then we're going to be looking at some other stuff too, like we're going to be taking a look at these brakes, maybe lubricating the slide pins a little bit, and seeing whether or not our pads and rotors are in need of swapping out. As you can see, it's actually not looking too good. That one looks like it's basically gone. So I think I just answered my own question. We're at least doing pads. These rotors, visually they look decent, but I'm catching a little bit of a lip here. So I'm gonna have to, once I get over to this side, take a bit of a closer look at that. But I guess the first thing we gotta do is the oil change, right? So I use 10W30 high mileage synthetic on my Miata. And I buy these off of Amazon. It's 20 bucks for 5 quarts. You only need 4 or 3.7, but I put 4 to conduct an oil change on this. So that basically means every 4 oil changes, you get your 5th one free. So there's 5 quarts in there and then 1. So you see the math there. So we basically only need 1 quart out of that to do an oil change. So I save them up. I pour them all into one container and then I dump it all in there. Filter, I've been using these Denso 150 2002. I also get these off of Amazon. They do fine. I'm not a good source to tell you what's good and what's bad when it comes to oil filters, so I do know this is a solid option. So jacking up the car, I do this in a way that is probably not recommended. I go in from the sides, so I do one corner at a time. So I build out a wide plywood platform here. I bring the pump jack in there, jack up right basically on this line here, on the door. Just enough room to give myself enough bite on the pinch welds there. And I just go one corner at a time, so it kind of takes on this really weird angle. Then you come over and do the other side, pump it up with the jack, level it out, slide your other jack, stand under there. Now I am going to put pump jack on this side to help support the vehicle, just on the side I'll be working from. Just as a pro tip for when you're doing the oil change on the MX-5, the oil filter is located deep down in here. You actually aren't going to be able to see it, but just take my word, it's right in there. So normally when I do an oil change, I take the right passenger wheel off anyway, because it offers just enough clearance to get at that oil filter. You can see it tucked in way up there. So after you've given your vehicle a little shake test, make sure it's secure, come over here, pump the cap off there. Don't mind that. That is a exposed wire. All right, just so you have a clear angle of it. That is the drain plug for the oil pan. Using my cheapo, I believe this is Walmart 7-quart drain. That's what we're going to use to catch it all. It's a 17 mil socket. Yeah, can I get it? Nope, I just really snugged it up last time, I guess. There we go. So these have a crush washer. I tend to just take a look at them, and if they don't look too bad, I just reuse them. We have our drain bucket basically full. We've got our drain plug. We're just going to put it right back on there. Finger tight at first. And then we'll just bring in the ratchet. Get a little grip on it. Yeah, right there. And just one of these for good measure. One more thing. Hit it with brake clean, just that area around there, just so you're not dripping oil everywhere. Now I'm going to go for the oil filter. All right, now we're going to do the tricky part. I'm going to show you my method. It's really just a method a lot of people use. So that right there is the filter. I gotta show you the correct posture to do this. Straight up and down next to the car, just like this. Take my left arm, I reach up through the scap right behind the brake line. I come up and to the right, here comes my arm. I put my hand right on it. You'll feel it, it's the only circular thing there. And mine, because I was smart last time, was hand tight. So I got the filter out. Here we go. So just make sure that that O-ring on top of the filter is off with the filter. Geez, I don't know if that was a coherent sentence, but you know what I'm saying. Right, so now, just so you have a perfect reference, we now have to rethread back onto that. Here's our new filter. Give it a little once over, check the number on it, make sure it's correct. Just be very careful when you're removing this. You don't want any of that plastic to fall down into the filter itself. So just pull it off like that. I gotta take just a little bit of the old oil. Could use new oil as well. And we're just gonna lubricate the O-ring just a little bit on this filter. All right, this oil filter is ready to be installed. I don't pre-fill them. Once again, we have our freshly oiled O-ring on our filter. We're gonna do the same exact procedure. We're gonna reach up in, get a hand on it, and start spinning it on. It's that easy. I mean, I'm kind of half leaning into it. The hardest part, honestly, of this entire process could be two things. Or the previous owner wasn't smart and didn't put oil on that O-ring, and then it gets stuck, because that is an awkward spot to reach. You can't get a wrench on it, really. Or rethreading it, and I've done it a few times now, so I kind of have a feel for it. I like to just triple check myself, so I remember I've snugged that down. I've snugged down this new oil filter. I'm realizing right now I didn't do one thing I should have done, and I should have written the mileage on there. So, I mean, I'll have to just do it in the logbook I have. I use 10W30 high mileage synthetic on my Miata. And I buy these off of Amazon. It's 20 bucks for 5 quarts. You only need 4 or 3.7, but I put 4 to conduct an oil change on this. So that basically means every 4 oil changes, you get your 5th one free. So there's 5 quarts in there and then 1. So you see the math there. So we basically only need 1 quart out of that to do an oil change. So I save them up. I pour them all into one container, and then I dump it all in there. So we're just going to do this. We're going to just start pouring. I'm going to choose this one. This will be the one we use. This is the line where we're at now. So we're going to take that, put it over here, and that's going to be it. 1 quart, 2 quarts. 3 quarts, 4 quarts, and some change. Now let's go look at the other bottle. Bang. So that's 4 quarts ready to go next time. 4 quarts ready to go this time. I overfilled just a little bit because remember, we didn't put any in the oil filter. This is going to take forever because I have the crappiest funnel here. So everything's snugged up. I just triple checked the oil filter, oil drain plug, and we're going to start it up. Where my eyes go is immediately to oil pressure. Just want to see where it goes. Just past 12 o'clock is perfect. So this is actually the second time I started it. I forgot to record it the first time. The first time I started it, the lifters were a little loud. Obviously to be expected if there's no oil in the system and you have to get oil into the oil filter. It's got to circulate a bit. But everything looks good. I don't think we're leaking nothing. Everything looks fine.